What is Pea Patch Island? Have you ever heard of Pea Patch Island? This small island holds a fascinating history, especially during the American Civil War. Nestled in the Delaware River, it sits between Delaware and New Jersey. Its historical significance primarily comes from being the site of Fort Delaware, a large federal fortification and prison camp. Originally, Pea Patch Island was mostly undeveloped and known locally by that name. However, it was once called Pip Ash by the French military engineer Pierre-Charles L'Enfant in the late 18th century. The island was ceded to the federal government by the state of Delaware in 1813. This move aimed to create a strategic defensive position to protect important ports like Philadelphia and Wilmington. Construction of Fort Delaware began on Pea Patch Island in 1848 and wrapped up in 1859. Initially, the fort was built to defend the Delaware River and its surrounding areas. But during the Civil War, its purpose shifted dramatically. Fort Delaware became a prison camp for captured Confederate soldiers. Over the course of the war, more than 30,000 Confederate prisoners were held there. Many of these soldiers were captured at significant battles, including the Battle of Gettysburg. At its peak, the prison housed over 10,000 prisoners at one time. The prison compound was located northwest of the main fort and included barracks and a hospital. This area was enclosed by a tall plank fence and divided into sections for enlisted men and officers. Unfortunately, conditions in the prison were harsh. Overcrowding, poor diets, and swampy grounds led to outbreaks of diseases like pneumonia, typhoid, dysentery, and scurvy. These factors resulted in a high mortality rate among the prisoners. After the war, the bodies of Confederate soldiers who died at Fort Delaware were reinterred at a national cemetery in New Jersey. The island had a brief military role during World Wars I and Roman II before being abandoned. Eventually, it became a state park. Today, Pea Patch Island is also known as a nature preserve. It hosts one of the largest nesting sites for herons, egrets, and ibises along the Atlantic coast, north of Florida. This unique blend of military history and natural beauty makes Pea Patch Island a remarkable place to learn about the American Civil War and its social landscape.